Hi guys, welcome back for card number 4 of my 2012 Halloween card series. Today I'm using this little stamp from Michaels. It's a little dollar stamp of a Frankenstein, and I'm stamping him in Memento Tuxedo Black ink on some Stamper Select cardstock from Paper Tray Ink. Stamping him 3 times, and I've already made another one because I ended up making 4. And I'm going to color them with my Prismacolor pencils. So right here I'm just coloring his skin with lime peel, just to give him a little green skin. And I'm going to blend that out with my Gamsol and a blending stump. And I'm not being very precise with this at all. Normally it takes me a lot longer to color images. But for this little tiny image I didn't want to spend a whole lot of time. So I'm coming in now with olive green to add a little shading and to darken up the skin tone because I felt like it was too light. So just going around the perimeter of his face and under his eyes a little bit more and a little bit on his hands. And then I'm going to make his shirt purple and just blend that out. Super simple. And then I'm going to come in with orange and color the little patch on his shirt and his boots with that. And then blend that out again. And just to add a little bit more dimension and shading, I decided to go in with terracotta and just add a little bit of that here and there to darken up his boots. Kind of matches the pattern paper a little bit better that way. So I colored all of them, you can see here, and I've got this tag punch from EK Success. I've been using this a ton in my Halloween card series videos, I know. I don't know why, I'm just kind of obsessed with it at the moment. So you can see that I'm cutting little parts of him away with this punch, and that's totally fine. That's the look I'm going for. So I end up cutting his right side off and his left side off, and then on this one I was kind of fiddling around with which area I wanted to cut off. And I ended up choosing to cut off a little bit of the top of his head. So very, very gruesome. So there's all 4 of them, and I'm just going to go and ink all the edges with this Colorbox chalk ink that I've been using throughout the series as well, just to kind of finish off those edges because they look very unfinished if you leave them white. Okay, so there's that, and I've got all of them ready, and I've got my Spookville pattern paper from We Are Memory Keepers. And I decided to use this spiderweb paper for the background and then this purple paper as a panel along the front to put my little Frankensteins across to kind of help them stand out from the spider webs. So I'm going to ink that really quick with my chalk ink again, just to kind of blend everything together. And then I've got this other colored paper that I ended up putting behind my Frankensteins. It kind of gets hidden at the end, but it's there, and it was to add a little bit more color to the card. So you can kind of see it, but it ends up getting hidden quite a bit. So I'm just kind of placing these here just to double check that I like it. And I've got this drippy goo punch from Martha Stewart, and I've punched some green cardstock. This is Simply Chartreuse cardstock from Paper Tray Ink. And I wanted to go ahead and put that along there, along the bottom of my purple panel. So just went ahead and ran some ATG there and put that on, and then snipped off the excess. And then to kind of help it look like there was a full piece of green paper behind there, I decided to add just another little strip on the top. So I didn't do anything fancy to this, it's just a plain old strip of green paper. Okay, so there's that, and then I'm going to go ahead and put that down on my card front. And then I will come in and put my little Frankensteins on here. And I want to pop them up, so I'm going to use some foam tape. And I like this because it gives a little bit of dimension, but not a ton. So I'm just going to put that on each piece, and then rearrange them again, make sure that the spacing is right, make sure that I'm getting them in the right spot so that they fit nicely across the card. And if I didn't mention before, this card is a 6 by 6 inch card. So I didn't trim down that spiderweb paper at all. I wanted it to be a full sheet of 6 by 6 paper, so that is what it is. And so I'll just go ahead and put this last little guy on. And then for the sentiment, I decided to use a stamp set from Paper Smooches called Halloweenies. And I've got this Happy Halloween. I'm going to stamp it on this orange paper from the collection. And then I'm going to use that same tag punch again. I'm a little bit obsessed with it at the moment, so you'll have to forgive me. If you have it, it's an awesome punch. But yeah, so I'm just going to get really close to the very end of that sentiment with the part that it has the corners chomped off. And then I'm going to take a strip of green paper, it doesn't really matter, it's just a scrap, and I'm going to adhere it to that end, just so I have something to hold on to, and I'm going to stick it back through my punch and get close to the front edge again and basically chop off the corners of that as well. So just kind of fiddling with it to get that spaced in there correctly. So now I've got that, and I'm going to ink it up. And while I was looking at it, I thought this kind of looks like a pumpkin. So I decided to make it really look like a pumpkin, and I got some of that green paper and made a little stem and just stuck that on top. So now it looks like a pumpkin. So you can really tell how versatile this punch is. I know yesterday we used it as tombstones, I've used it as a tag, like it's supposed to be, and now I've used it as a pumpkin. So it's a very versatile punch. If you don't have it, I highly recommend getting it. So there is the front of the card. I do need to put this on the card base, and the card base is some orange cardstock from the Spookville 12 by 12 cardstock pack. So it matches colors perfectly with this collection. And then of course I'm going to go ahead and add some stickles. So I decided to go in with the shirt and his boots and add some sparkle to those. I know he's a guy and it's kind of weird to have sparkle, but I just have to have sparkle with my Halloween cards. I don't know, it's just a must, and with most of my cards I do. So there's that. And then I wanted to add some to the dripping goo to kind of help it stand out a little bit as well. And it actually darkens the cardstock a little bit. When it's wet anyway. I guess once it's dry it may lighten up a little bit, but I kind of liked that it darkened that color a little bit too. And then I decided to go in and add some more on the pumpkin around my sentiment to help that stand out a little bit too, and on the stem. So that's the front of the card, and for the inside I've chosen this green pattern paper, and I'm just going to put a little black strip down the left side of that and snip off the excess. And then this purple panel, just like we did on the front, I'm going to put that right across there. So I wanted to snip that off because I wanted to get placement right, and I'm going to stamp another little Frankenstein on the inside. I'm not going to color him or anything, just stamp him on there. So there he is, and then I'm going to go ahead and ink up this purple piece so that it's nice and cohesive with the rest of the card, and then just adhere that in there, and that'll be the card for today. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. You can check out the other videos in this series on my channel, and you can also check them out on my blog at scrappyhour09.blogspot.com. And thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!